I'm going to try out something new here. This is a commentary track for my Stasis Leak build video. And right here I am sorting and placing the resistors. I was very impressed by the way Frequency Central kind of separated out the resistors into individual plastic baggies. Often these kits, the resistors are just kind of thrown in with a bunch of other things. Normally I would measure my resistors with a multimeter, but I decided to test my luck and take them at their word that the resistors in each package were what they said they were, just because they were so meticulously packaged. The background music is a Befaco even VCO going into the Stasis Leak, currently in chorus mode, and it's just about to switch over to reverb now. And then there is a Befaco KickAll as the beat behind it. I was kind of thinking at first maybe the Frequency Central Stasis Leak kit would be a good beginner's kit, but I'll show you later on places where I kind of reconsidered that. I really like the reverb setting on the Stasis Leak. I cranked that density knob all the way up. Definitely gave a vibe. Now we have a snare drum coming in. I could just listen to this all day. Here I'm placing and soldering the capacitors. Now I'm doing IC sockets, and I did want to talk about these. So every other IC socket I've ever used, the IC legs go into kind of like a slotted hole, and I've never had a problem sticking ICs into an IC socket. Now look at these IC sockets, and they're circular. They're like little pinpoints, and it's very finicky trying to get the IC legs in there. Trimmer isn't exactly flush with the board, but it worked fine. At this point, the background music changes from the Stasis Leak reverb to the delay. Okay, and this is the point where I go, maybe these aren't like a good kit for like a first-time kit builder. I've never had to cut my own pins and shrouds before. Cutting the pins is fine actually, but the shrouds, I keep meaning to look up videos and articles on the internet of how to cut these shrouds, because it feels like you're just breaking them. I'm counting and double counting to make sure I don't cut them the wrong length. That's another thing to worry about when you're cutting your own pins and shrouds, is if you make a mistake, you might not have any good pins and shrouds, because the kit only really comes, I mean, they give you a couple extra, but if you meant to break off 14 and you broke off 12 or something like that, I could see it being a problem. Now, when I solder pins and shrouds in, I like to place them and then put the boards together just to make sure everything's lined up exactly right in a way that will fit. off a washer there. You know, sometimes these kits, they include hardware that I'm not entirely sure we're supposed to use, especially when it comes to potentiometers. In that case, I was trying to use the washers that were included, but that one was like, it had a intentionally broken part, and it was just bent off kilter that it was almost like a single spiral, and it didn't lay flat, so I'm not sure. I mean, I assume I've had enough of these in different kits where they just don't seem like they're supposed to be there that I just throw them out. Oh yeah, and it took me a while to figure out what the instructions meant for this jumper. You can see me kind of putting some pins on the jumper and trying to just, without soldering it, put it down there, and of course it falls out. It took me a while and some research on YouTube to basically realize I needed to put pin headers, solder them to the board, and then the jumper goes over 2 of the 3 pins. And here I am struggling to get the ICs into the IC sockets. You'll even see me using a tweezer on individual legs, trying to poke them into the little pinholes on these IC sockets. Never had that problem before. Oh yeah, I'm just testing continuity on the power pins, making sure only the pins that are supposed to be connected are. Dramatic moment where I powered on for the first time. And here I am using a multimeter to configure the trimmer. The instructions tell you exactly what voltage reading you should be getting off the trimmer. The instructions say you should use alligator clips to measure the trimmer, but my alligator clips are a little too big to fit between the 2 PCBs, so here I am using a probe, which is, I'm sure, a little bit more difficult, but in the end I got it done. And that is my Frequency Central Stasis Leak build video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these type of commentaries. I am already working on another one. Have a great day.